You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood and that Puzzle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. This show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box as we blow a succession, the constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Those there are the 7 C's as we navigate upon them. I am the Captain, SPI Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, Mr. 1597 himself. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. Yeah, we got a reaction. I believe it's O'Shea Duke Jackson. I had it loaded up from sometime yesterday. I just saw it in here. I was trying to clear my queue. So with no further ado, let's see what O'Shea says Kevin Samuels and Tracee Ellis Ross have been up to on my mama. And I'm just finna just do the mute thing because every time I try to just leave it unmuted and let the content play, the audio come out distorted to some degree. So it's only one step that I'm trying to eliminate. So it's no big deal. We'll just have to mute for me to talk. Oh, my mama. Let's go.
Kevin Samuels has gone viral again, even as a person that is no longer living. His clips resurfaced about 2 weeks ago when he predicted the end of Tracee Ellis Ross and that she would be only dating younger men. Tracee Ellis Ross showed up to Michelle Obama's podcast and said exactly the same thing that Kevin Samuels did. And people are vindicating him, even from the grave. But it's interesting. There are more Kevin Samuels haters that are suffering right now, even after dissing him. Now, we all know about the famous Vivica A. Fox. Vivica A. Fox is one of the most notorious Kevin Samuels haters of all time, especially when she dissed him soon as he passed away.
To me, it was a shock jock. And, you know, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, you know, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
And on that same stream, you even had Lisa Ray.
But I agree with Vivica. I think that sometimes when you are trying to help, it got to come in a kind of way because we're your kind. We are your type, meaning we're Black. You know what I mean? And we are family, you know what I mean? So when you talk to us, because
family are the ones that get away with say, if you don't get your tail in there, your fast ass, shut your flop. That's how family talk to you. Come on, Lisa, knock it off.
We as a race have been through so much. And you know, it's almost like talking to us like this does not help us.
And of course, these ladies are no longer on Fox, so meaning their whole show died. And to be honest, Kevin Samuels by himself was more impactful than this entire super team of Claudia Jordan, Silena Johnson, Lisa Ray, and Vivica A. Fox. But there was another person that had a lot to say that day, Claudia Jordan herself.
I think just because someone passes on, it doesn't mean we just, now we can't say anything negative or honest about you. That's okay, you died. Guess what? Every single person in all these squares and everybody watching is going to die. So we can't be held accountable for the things that we said while we were alive. Listen, I think he has some very valid points. I think people are very unrealistic about relationships. I think a lot.
It's crazy. They do all this perspective speaking, but no one can quote the horrible thing he said. Let me hear some quotes of the very terrible things that he uttered, please.
A lot of women and a lot of men are. It's not a woman thing and it's not a man thing. But he just so happened to pop when he started coming for Black women because he did start off being negative towards Black men and people weren't really trying to hear that. Brothers weren't trying to hear about themselves, but what they were trying to hear about was how it's the women's fault.
Interesting.
So then he blew up and then our dumbasses went and supported him. You know what I mean?
Again, this happened exactly when Kevin Samuels passed away and Marlon Wayans had made a statement in the defense of Kevin Samuels. And so they were basically recapping his life and how they didn't like the fact that he was so harsh towards black women. But Claudia Jordan didn't stop there. She actually said something probably more offensive than the other ladies on the stream.
I think there is a place for people like Kevin Samuels to say, listen, you're being unrealistic. You have nothing you're bringing to the table and you want this high value man, although Kevin Samuels himself was not a high value man.
So what she's saying here is Kevin Samuels was not a real high value man at all. In other words, he's a fraud or he's fraudulent. It's very interesting because if you looked at the tenets that it took to become a high value man, you must add value to others, which Kevin surely did. You must make over $10,000 a month for over 2 or 3 years, which Kevin Samuels did. So according to his own definition, he must be included in that. I mean, it's biased, so he must be a high value man. And Kevin Samuels was indeed getting really rich. I talked to him personally, and there were times that Kevin Samuels could clock over $300,000 in a month, and none of those ladies could do that on Fox. So, but it's okay. Let's take Claudia Jordan's word for it. Kevin Samuels, according to her, was not a high value man. So then the argument must be that Claudia Jordan would certainly consider herself to be a high value woman. And at least the men that would want to date her would be high value men as well, right? Well, Claudia Jordan, what do we have here? It seems that I've been doing a little bit of investigation, and somehow I accidentally came up across a particular clip that Tasha K had. Now, if you guys don't know, Tasha K and Kevin Samuels were indeed, I would say, not close friends, but really close allies. He would check in on her and she would do the same thing. So Tasha K didn't really have a whole lot of issue with Kevin Samuels, especially when he was brave enough to come to her podcast, which he obliged. And he did that even though it was somewhat of a harsh or difficult interview. He still did the same thing. But we're not mentioning the fact that, this lady here, who was supposed to be a high value woman, she's having some issues. In fact, there is a person that is exposing her on Tasha K's podcast for allegedly doing this.
What happened with Claudia? Why she call you a scammer, but she hit you up?
She hit me up asking.
She just bought a house. She just bought a house not too long ago.
But she had property here in LA that she was renting. So the girls who would hit me up and be like, hey, David, I need this done. I need this type of paperwork done. And, I'm all for helping the girls who got bad credit or got criminal convictions or whatever they got going on, get housing.
So what did you do for Scratchy Cat?
Baby, I did some bank statements.
Why is he incriminating himself? Well, this internet get all the communities, not just the gangbang community. Everybody want to tell themselves, hey, yo, that's illegal, homie. Oh, my mama.
It was right in this picture. We had met up, and Annie right there, and that's Tamar, and that's Claudia.
What you put on the bank statement? What you took her from a what to a what? What you made it look like she made?
I made her look like she had a couple of $100,000s in her bank account. And I hit her up on it.
Man, yeah. God damn, why is he telling on this show? That's crazy.
Instagram, I was like, girl, all that you talking, you act like you don't remember what you asked me to do for you. Them bank statements I did so you can qualify for those apartments when you first got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That apartment in the high rise. And that's Kenya homegirl and everything. But baby, don't sit there and throw stones in glass houses, baby.
Now, this gentleman is named David Cunningham. Now, of course, what he just admitted online is actually crazy. It probably can get him some years in the feds. But he said, listen, he helped falsify bank statements for Claudia Jordan, and there are even pictures of them together because Claudia Jordan has terrible credit. And because Claudia Jordan has terrible credit, she was unable to purchase a house. He had to help her do because Claudia Jordan didn't even have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. That's crazy because Kevin Samuels used to have hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting on his PayPal. He hadn't even checked it at certain points. But this is a woman saying that Kevin Samuels is not high value, but she don't even have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. So you need somebody allegedly to falsify bank statements when you can barely even have a house, but somehow you have the audacity to call somebody else a non-high value person, but at the same time, your ass is broke. By the time that Kevin Samuels died, he was making so much money hand over fist, it was ridiculous. I can justify it. I know, all right? He was making so much money, he couldn't even spend it all. But here you have Claudia Jordan playing basically a backup role on Fox Soul, who can barely pay her own bills. And it's crazy because the women out here who are always so upset at the message of Kevin Samuels are always the women that he was talking about. You know what the old saying is, family? If it don't apply, what? Just let it fly. When I hear women talking about dudes are broke, dudes are bumming, dudes are lazy, dudes don't want to do anything, dudes don't want to take care of women, hey, I don't get upset. And the reason why I don't get upset is because, well, they're not talking about me. Now, when people talk bad about black men as a whole, aka Cynthia G, then of course that is something that would upset me. But Kevin Samuels went out of his way to clearly identify what type of women that he was talking about. And unfortunately, those who are chronically single and can't get a man, like your Vivica A. Foxes, like your Claudia A. Jordans, like your Lisa Rays, all had a problem with it. Now, it's interesting, Silena Johnson, who was the only woman on that podcast that was married, had some level of problem with Kevin Samuels, but showed him the most sympathy. And the reason why she did is because she's a married black woman and understands what he was trying to get across. But you have these people like Claudia Jordan who have to falsify bank statements, and Claudia Jordan is for sure damn fine and for sure attractive. But the reason why that needs to be the case is because it's simple, guys. Nobody wants to put up with Claudia Jordan. I know that must hurt your feelings, if you will, but nobody is sitting up here saying, oh boy, you see Claudia Jordan, boy, she's so fine. I tell you what, Lord Jesus, ooh, look at that light skinness over there, boy.
These high-powered celebrity black women that get in these statuses and spots don't realize they supposed to be blessing to the black man's struggle. They steady trying to find somebody that outdoes them on the profile, but the fact that the male is supposed to be the provider, the bread earner in the general typical traditional society, and now roles have flipped to where females got access to bread that a lot of men don't get. Now when they get the bigger bag, they also try to grow the bigger balls, and that throws things off. In times past, if a woman happened to have a talent, a skill, or be fortunate enough to bring in more money than a man, it don't throw off the dynamic. Shit, I don't understand that. Y'all let society develop y'all thinking patterns too much. I wouldn't give a bring it in, baby. I don't mind, mama, what we gonna do? A real one know how to shut it down and let Papa tell her what we gonna do with it. On my mama.
I want to go ahead and marry her. She got a nice attitude. I sure would buy her a new house, boy. If I saw her in these streets, boy, ooh wee, I'd take that girl to Baskin Robbins, boy. I sure would.
Hell no, to the no. Hell to the no.
Hell to the no. Don't nobody want to put up with Claudia Jordan ass at all. Nobody. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not the next damn day. Because you know what? You actually got to be respectful for a man to want to deal with you. And for somebody like Claudia Jordan, who has that little stank ass attitude, I'm sorry, you're going to need to falsify documents no matter how fine you are, because no rich man is going to want to put up with you and your stuff. You're going to basically go down the whole Tracy Ellis Ross route. And because you're going down that route, you over there mad at somebody. But guess what? I know you're mad, but it's not my fault. But guys,
that's O'Shea Duke Jackson. Go follow up. Yeah, man, if I just say these days, bro, you just got to stay focused, man. Focus on you. Get yourself together. What's meant for you will come, man. Be about your marathon at all costs. Bayback, Blue Smurf on all digital platforms. Now, let's go run it up. Yeah.
Interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me drippin' all this Max sauce. Baymax, be about your money at all costs. I'm from the land of the crack pavement. When niggas holler stay dangerous and squabble up just like Javante Davis. Niggas haters, they on lame shit. We be on that game shit. He thought he got away. I chase him down LeBron James shit. Blood stains from the stainless. He need a paramedic. And we play ball. Everybody around me athletic. Still stepping. Well committed. I stand on business. Every load I jump in, that bitch tinted. Won't catch me slipping. About my money low. Run me that bag. Call my bitch and say I need you. She gon' run to me fast. That mafia swag, she can't get enough. And she know I'm about my man. She let her sit and watch me add all this money up. Riders popping out the cut like roaches when the lights on. I'm just like BG with my niggas, whether right or wrong. Dead end mafia. You entering the danger zone. Tiny Macs be cracking heads. You better have your helmet on. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. Just that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Mac sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Mac sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. These niggas be hopping out of foreign whips and feeling like they run shit. The homie like Nick Cannon. Be a fool with them drumsticks. Serve him and they done with. Have all of them niggas hit. Something heavy in my Baymax sweater. You see the gun print. Yeah, got me bent behind tent, but I'm low key, give a fuck about the busters. The real niggas fuck with me, I move solo. True pro clubs over polo. You won't catch me in none of you niggas photos. Y'all too friendly. Hopping out, spilling my Remy, smoking on good pressure. Always in a different low. Gotta keep these niggas guessing. Firearms in my possession. Steady counting my blessings. Believe in God and believe in this weapon. And try not to do too much stressing. Ain't seen my daughter in months. And when we FaceTime, I shed tears, I can't help it. And still connected in these streets just like Wi-Fi. Chucking up the set for death though. We gon' rip ride. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. Just that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Mac sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs. Hop on the interstate and chase me a bag. Pop bottles every time that I pass. It's that mafia swag, fly crippin'. You see me dripping all this Mac sauce. Baymax. Be about your money at all costs.
In that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
I'm here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low.
Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Bud, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Bud, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, do no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!